Let's speak now with Rachel Fiset, criminal defence attorney. Rachel, lots to unpick with you. Firstly, it might surprise some people that he has been charged with terrorism offences. Could you explain that for us?
He has. He's been charged with first-degree and second-degree murder in the New York State case, and they have an add-on special circumstance of terrorism. And the reason they have done that, as far as I can tell, is to get to a first-degree murder charge in the state of New York, it is necessary to have a special circumstance. And here, that special circumstance that would possibly apply is that it is in furtherance of a terrorist act. And a terrorist act here is defined as coercing a civilian. And I think the prosecutor will attempt to meet their burden as it relates to these terrorist circumstances by showing that Mr. Mangione allegedly killed with a message in an effort to coerce this civilian and others to abide by changing the healthcare system.
Rachel, we saw some pretty significant statements being made by his attorney today in court. Can you take us through what you think the most significant things were that were said, particularly this concern that he's being treated differently and that his constitutional rights are being violated?
The attorney raised issues as it related to his constitutional rights because of his the federal case against him and the state case against him, that he's being ping-ponged back and forth between these two cases, and the fact that he has to stay in federal prison, but yet he'll be heard in state prison. So so there will be a state case against him, and that perhaps he should be in state prison because of that. There are other issues as it relates to the information he's receiving and the facts that he is not getting all of the evidence that he is due at this point.
Do you believe he can get a fair trial, Rachel, because of the amount of publicity there is around this? How much information is already out there?
I think at this point, he actually has an advantage due to his popularity, and whether he can get a fair trial is a good question, but I think at this point, the balance weighs in favor of him, which is somewhat unusual in a case against a defendant charged with murder. But he has many supporters. The jury, when they are chosen, will have to walk through his supporters each day to get to the courthouse, and each of them may be carrying biases as it relates to the healthcare system. So I think he is, at this point, a sympathetic and popular defendant, despite the brutal crime that he is charged with.
Rachel, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.